So first, we will discuss about goal setting and mindset. This is actually related to self-regulated learning. And then later on, we will try to, I think, makaya naman siguro kasi konting slide lang to. And then we will move to, of course, part of the managing and caring for self, yung something to do with health, taking care of the self, and of course, from taking care of the self, yung mga ways on how to take care of ourselves. Let me check if you are seeing my presentation.
Yes.
Thank you for responding. Okay, goal setting, of course, mindset theory. There are two topics. First, we'll talk about goal setting, and then the mindset. This is part of what we call module three, managing and caring for. So, of course, in our first topic about module three, we explore the different because different learning theories as well as self-regulated learning, and that's related to how to become a better students. Okay. So, goal setting, saan ba nanggaling? No? So, the theory of goal setting, theory, it's introduced or coined or pioneered pala, not coined, no? Hindi naman pala na binarrow word yan. It was pioneered by Edwin Locke. Iba si John Locke kay Edwin Locke, no? Si John Locke, it's about tabula rasa. Of course, Edwin Locke, it's more of the goal setting theory. So, si Dr. Edwin Lack, as a pioneer of the goal setting and motivation, he founded its theory in 1960. Tagal na rin, no? In his article, 1968, toward the theory of task motivation and incentives, he stated that employees were motivated by clear goals and have to create feedback. Kung titignan natin pang industry siya, under siya sa tinatag nating organizational in psychology, of course, that's under IO, industrial and organizational psychology. But how we apply its theory in academic setting. Locke mentioned that working toward goals provided the major source of motivation to actually reach the goal, which in turn improve performance. So goal setting theory is generally accepted as among the most valid and useful, kino-considered siya ano, uh, as among the most valid and useful motivation theory. So kumbaga, it's not just simply a goal setting. It's not about simply setting goal, but also it can be also set as a motivation theory. In industrial and organizational psychology, as I mentioned a while ago, IO, human resources management, So dito kasi mga specific specialization, in psychology with something to do related to business, human resources and or behavior or organizational behavior. Now, in academe, it's different. Although in academe, it's partly industrial siya, Pero of course, it was identified as academic institution, Kasi may human resource management din siya, may organizational behavior siya, And that's likewise, it is an industrial and organizational, related din siya, So when we refer to goal, I think narinig nyo na yan, Tama ba? Have you heard the word SMART goal? Minsan narinig yung pag S, SMART's goal. Did you hear or knew about SMART goals? Or this is the first time?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, Angelo, thank you. So, yeah, pag sinabi natin SMART goals, of course, S for specific, and then M, something that is measurable. Sa research, laging inaano yan, And then A, it's something that is attainable. And R, it is something that is relevant, And very significant yung time bound, Ibig sabihin yung you can achieve it in less than less than days or a week, or hindi sa longital, no, or longivital, no, or longitudinal, no, parang gano'n, no? Hindi sa pangmatagalan, no, na ma-achieve. So SMART goals has something to do also with goal setting, no. Now, in goal setting, no, there are 5 principles um, need to remember or to consider before this kind of motivation or as a goal become what we call the effective, no. First, so from the SMART, we have what we call yung kanyang tinatawag na clarity, challenge, commitment, feedback, and task complexity. So clarity means the goal, or sabi nga, in clarity means from the word clear, no, clarity. Malinaw siya, hindi siya sabog or hindi siya broad, something very specific siya. So in clarity, clear goals, sabi nga, are measurable and ambiguous, no, unambiguous, sorry. Unambiguous, ibig sabihin wala siyang double meaning or something hindi sila misleading na minsan or hindi sila nakaka-confuse, no. So yun nga, no, clarity means smart, no, as I mentioned a while ago, no, smart, something that is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound goal, no. Sabi nga nila in the principles of Edwin Locke, no, in his principle, he mentioned that when a goal is clear and specific, of course, it has definite time set for completion in time-bound, no, there is a less misunderstanding about what behavior will be rewarded, or kung ano yung minimeasure mo or your objective, no. So to avoid misunderstanding in a certain goal, kailangan meron siyang clarity, no. So how can we apply it, no, in academic setting, no. So kung babalikan natin, no, as a student, ano ba yung goal mo? Of course, at present, no, or present dahil first year ka pa lang, somehow yung goal mo, ma-accomplish mo yung mga requirements, matapos yung semester, or maybe you are aspiring to become to achieve a Latin honor, no, or to become a summa cum laude, magna cum laude, or a cum laude at least, no. So those are your goal, and when you mention those goals, so probably they are clear, no, and somehow they are also attainable or achievable, no. So from clarity, we have what we call challenge, no? So challenge, aware naman tayo na anong ibig sabihin ng challenge, no? So challenge is one of the most important characteristic of goal, no? It's referred to that is sabi nga, people who are often motivated by achievement and they judge based on their goal, on the significance of the anticipated accomplishment, no? When you know what you do, no, will be well received, no. There's the natural motivation to other people. Ibig sabihin lang, no, kumbaga, the more challenging task, the more na you are expecting something, no. Parang yung mga requirements natin dito, no, iba yung points nila as compared to other requirements. Diba sa mga worksheet, no? Kung napansin nyo, the two worksheet 1 and worksheet 2, 30 points lang. And then yung worksheet 3, I think it's 50 points. Kasi it's a matter of yung level of difficulty or something more challenging, no? And then yung succeeding yan, they have more points as compared to the other worksheet, no? That is challenge, no? So challenging goals are more interesting and motivating than the basic or simple goal. I do not know if you will agree with this one. Challenging goals are more interesting and motivating than basic or simple one. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. So for you, Banda, the more challenging yung goal, the more it is become more interesting and motivating siya. No? Kumbaga, pag sinabi natin challenging, of course, the term that we can associate from the word challenge is something may level of difficulty siya. Tama? No? So, kailan ka ba nag-enjoy or something that you find it more interesting and motivating sa basic, simple, or something na more challenging, no? Okay. When I was in college, no, di ba may algebra tayo, no, subject. So the more na nagiging complicated yung uh, pinako-compute ng teacher, the more na na-challenge ako or mas nagiging interested, no? As kapag ano, yung something galit na lang, parang basic lang, parang naboboard ka, no? Ewan ko, no, if you have the same ano feeling, no? And then, of course, when we talk about challenge, we're something to do also with rewards. No, rewards typically increase the more difficult goals. Tama, no? Gaya na minention ko kanina with regard to the worksheet. The more na mahirap yung worksheet, the more na mataas yung point niya as compared to the simple and basic one. No, sabi nga, if you believe you'll be compensated or otherwise rewarded for achieving a challenging goal, that will somehow this will boost your enthusiasm and your drive to get it done. Oh, so probably kung empleyado ka, if you are an employee, no, ano ba yung motivation mo, no? So these are your goals, no? Sometimes goals are ideal, no? May mga ideal goal. Pag sinabi natin ideal, what does it mean? Yung minsan parang hindi sila achievable, no? Hindi sila smart. Pag sinabi natin ideal, parang hindi pa sila napapanahon na mangyayari, no? So, and then of course, since you are part of the certain company, no, part ka ng organization, minsan, you know, na-challenge ka, no? And then, of course, from the challenge that you experience, you are expecting something also, no? Tama ba? Although, may nag-work ba sa inyo? Meron, no? Maybe nakaka-relate. So in goal setting, sabi nga, when setting goals, so kung ikaw to, no, kung tayo to, when setting goals, make its goal a challenge. If an assignment, ito sa academic to, is easy, no, and not viewed as very important, and if you or your employee doesn't expect accomplishment to be significant, then the effort may not be impressive, no? Pero depende yan, no? Kasi may kanya-kanya tayong mga ano, no, perspective or views in life, no? Maybe for us, this is boring, or maybe for other, this is fun, no? Diba? When with regard to the activity number 3, no, yung in ka na akong isipan, ang panandaman, that is referring to the challenge begging a peso, di ba? So kanya-kanya rin pa rin yung interpretation natin, no? For other, that is, of course, majority you find it challenging and difficult because somehow the challenge is you will beg a peso for the person who are strange to you, di ba? So yun, no? Of course, yung pinaka-ano nun, yung learning experience, no? Or yung realization, yung pinaka-challenge. May reward ba? Mayroon, no? Even though hindi sa material, yung reward, somehow, when you do that, parang you came up with certain realization na pwedeng, yun nga, no, you were able to relate na ganun pala kahirap yung nanghihingi, no? Ganun. And then, na-realize mo rin na on yourself na kahit na challenging to, nakakaya, ginawa ko, parang ganun, no? It's an accomplishment. And then, commitment is very important also in goal setting, no? Ito, pinaka-important ito. Kapag wala kang commitment, so probably hindi magiging successful, no? So, commitment, it means that all stakeholders of the organization are involved in setting goals and in making decisions, no? So, we are referring here in a certain organization, no? Hindi muna yung academe. So, in a certain organization, no, kapag kayo na, ano ba, kayo yung president, o kayo yung inakadim, no, kayo din or yung boss, or ikaw mismo yung ikaw yung entrepreneur, no? So very important na uh, pag nag-set ka ng goal, kailangan involve lahat yung stakeholders, no? So halimbawa, in academic setting, sino yung mga stakeholders natin? We have student, parent, your teacher, our teacher, the non-teaching personnel, NTP, the non-teaching personnel, of course, the admin, and then meron pa tayong board of trustee. Sino ba? And then sino bang other stakeholder? Yung mga ano natin, yung mga let's say people within the campus, yung mga stores, no? Yan. All of these are our stakeholders, no? So in setting goal, we have to consider them in decision making, no? Or in making decision, no? And kailangan maano mo sila, no? They will be involved, and yung kanilang commitment maging ma-assure mo, no? So that is commitment, no? So it means that all stakeholders of the organization are involved in setting goals and in making decision. Yung parang ano to, no? So I think medyo na ano, no, malayo sa academic, ano, pero pareho din sa organization. So, diba, in academic setting, we have yung pinaka-ano, yung president, and then followed by the vice presidents, no? And then, depende, no? May pang NTP, may pang teaching, no? So, when they propose a certain policy or gumagawa sila ng policy or something, so dapat involved lahat yan, all the stakeholders, no? Sabi nga, goal must be understood, no? Goal must be understood and agreed upon if they are to be effective, no? Hindi yung parang dahil kung may presidente, ito yung gawin, parang gano'n, no? Without the consultation. Kailangan may consultation, no? Kaya nga may parent consultation tayo pag ano. So, di ba, during the nung decide nila that the graduation will be conducted or will be conducted outside Mabalacat, kinonsult mo na yun, no? And then, kailangan may makuha sila ng majority na both mag-agree, no? Mangyayari yan, no? Sabi nga, employees are more likely buy into goal if they feel they were part of creating that goal, no? Parang yung when we design our OBTL, no, yung OBTL plan, no, outcome-based, no, teaching learning plan. So, nakaano siya, student center siya, hindi siya teacher center. So, kaya siya student center because you are our part kayo ng stakeholder and kayo yung mag-aano doon, no? Kaya yon, no? So, kapag ganun siya, meron siyang commitment, no? So, the notion of participative management rests on this idea of involving employees in setting goal and making decision. So kung i-apply natin yung pag teacher ka, kailangan involve yung students. They are part of your decision, no? So sabi nga, instead of attainable and relevant, so kailangan in terms of commitment, no? Kailangan it's something that is agreed and realistic. Sabi nga, agreed goals lead to commitment. Tama, no? Kumbaga, ang pinopoint dito is as one of the principles in goal setting, all the stakeholders must be committed, and they will only become committed if they were involved, no? Particularly in decision making or in designing the goal. Okay? Sound clear naman, no? Tama?
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. Now, feedback. So, feedback means opportunities, no, or providing room for improvement. Tama, no? Kaya tayo nagpo-feedback. Ano ba, ako feedback ko yung grades ninyo for you to know kung saan yung kailangan mo pang i-improve, no? Same thing in organization, kailangan palagi may ganyan, no? Yung iba tinatawag natin coffee table, ano lang, no? Parang informal, ano siya, or round table, no? Parang informal, no? Or minsan para formal sa gumagawa tayo ng mga focus group discussion, no? To settle certain issues or to evaluate a certain program, no? Feedback can be also done in terms of what we call yun nga, yung may evaluation, no? And then from evaluation, may consultation. Yun, feedback yun, no? Yung ginawa natin sa grade ninyo, it's more of a consultation, but still a feedback, no? Or minsan naman, you, parang nag-ano ka, you ask the pulse of your stakeholders, no? So, sabi nga, an effective goal program must also include feedback. Very important yan, no? Minsan, parang suggestion lang, no? Suggestion box, and then from those suggestion box, from those suggestions, na makikita sa suggestion box, no? Makakaano ka na. You can formulate kung ano dapat improve, no? Feedback provides opportunity to clarify, tama, no? It provides opportunity to clarify expectation, adjust goal difficulty, and gain recognition. Example, no? Gawin ko na example, no? Kung ano nangyayari ngayon. Although kayo, hindi kayo merging, no? Sa mga Gen Ed, somehow, nagkaroon ng mga merging, no? Minsan, in isang klase mo, they are more than 100. Minsan, sa isang klase, they are 80 plus. No, kayo lang pinaka-content, no? BSED English, BSED English, BSED, no? Filipino, yan, kayo lang pinaka-content. But the rest of my class, merge sila, napakadami nila, ang hirap mag-check, no? Now, so, that kind of goal of the organization, effective ba siya? Parang gano'n, no? Now, to know it if it's effective, of course, through a certain feedback, no? Una, kung magbibigay kami ng feedback with that, unang problem na na-encounter ng teacher, mahirap mag-monitor. No? Ang hirap i-monitor. So, kumbaga, kung dati yung loads mo, no, halimbawa 24 units lang yung regular load, and then that regular load, meron ka lang 8 subjects. Eh ngayon, dahil may merging, yung total subject, total student na inahawakan ko or sections, I have 13. Kumbaga parang konti na lang, parang dalawang ano na siya, no? So yun, one of the difficulty with that, kasi parang goal, yun ang goal, no? One of the difficulty, mahirap silang yung monitor, and then pag nag-check ng ang hirap, no? Tapos ewan ko, of course, hindi pa naranasan yan, no? Kapag sinasyaw sa MS Team, parang hindi ka natatapos, no? Parang hugot. Hindi siya hugot. I'm just relating this with what we call the feedback. Parang nag-feedback na ako yan, no? Okay. Feedback, it's important to provide benchmark, no? Benchmark, opportunities, or targets, so individual can determine for themselves how they're going. Kasi kung hindi mo ine-evaluate or hindi ka kumukuha ng feedback, hindi mo alam, no, kung anong babaguhin mo, kung anong i-change mo, no? Oo. Minsan kung empleyado ka, nagtataka ka na ng bigla, no? Dati kasi ganito yung ginagawa, and then all of a sudden they change it, no? Parang minsan yun nagkulang sila sa tinatawag nating commitment. Di ba? A while ago, as I mentioned, the stakeholders to become more committed, they must be involved, no, in the goal, in the setting of goal, or what you call in the planning or in decision making. But minsan nane-neglect yun in certain organization, no. Kaya yung commitment ng stakeholders mababa siya, hindi siya ganun ka-efficient or something, hindi siya ganun kataas, no. Okay. So one way to evaluate the goal, it's to feedback, no? So taking the time to sit down and discuss, parang sinasabi kong coffee table, okay, round table meeting lang, no? In DCFGD, performance is necessary factor in long-term performance improvement, no? Siyempre, kung may kailangan mabago, tanggalin, parang ganun, or baguhin, no? So, very important then yung accomplishment report or regular progress report, no? Or tinatawag natin accomplishment report, no? So, in our organization, no, academic organization, uh, ginagawa mo pa ba? Meron before, no, merong every yung level of satisfactions of the employee toward the management, toward the school, no, may regular every month, no. Meron pa ba? Yun, parang feedback din yun, no, yung kinukuha nila yung pulse ng mga stakeholders, no? Instead of the regular progress report or accomplishment report. Now, part of the goal setting, one of the principles, five principles, is yung task complexity. Complexity. So it means a highly complex goal, parang yung kanina dyan. And highly complex goal and highly complex goal are too overwhelming that leads to exhaustion or burnout. Pwede, ito yun, no? And the outcome will be resulted to low motivation and failure to meet the completion. Totoo yun, no? Kung masyadong exhausting o mahirap siya, minsan exhausting siya, no? But in our part, we can say na very exhausting yung mag-handle ka ng na online, no? Mag-handle ka ng isang klase and then yung merge sila, the number of students are less than 100 or minsan lampas naman ng 100. Hindi madali, no? Hindi madali. And then kung kung regular, I'm referring here, no, kung regular lang yung pag-uusapan, no, yung regular units kasi it's 24, no? And that is 8 sections, no, 8 class. Yung 8 class times 40 mo siya, or times 50 mo na, no, 8 times 50, that's only equivalent to ilan? Eight times 50 is, hello, I know you are in this major.
400, sir.
Yes, 400. Kung 13 yung section mo, and then let's say the minimum is 50. So ilan yung klase mo, no? Nahabot siya ng more than 600, no? O yung 400 nga, nahihirapan ka na, magiging 600 pa, no? Hindi naman ako muugot. I just make, ginagawa kang example yun, no? Yun nga yung nagkakaroon ng task complexity. Now, because of that complexity, minsan bumababa yung motivation mo, and yun nga, nagkakaroon din ng failure to meet the completion time. Parang same thing with the student, no? Ilan ba yung ninyo ngayon, worksheet ninyo? Hindi ba 6 lang? Before, ang dami kong ginagawang worksheet, no? And then when I learn, no, medyo nahihirapan yung estudyante kasi kung 8 subject meron kayo, no, and then times 3 mo yon, that is 8, 16, 24, yung tinatapos mo, no? Pero minsan, hindi lang 6 yung worksheet sa ibang requirement, no? May mga 10. Tama ba? Mayroon ba kayong with regard to the assignments that you have, as of now, meron bang more than 6?
Opo.
Yun, no? Ayun, medyo tasking, no? Medyo mahirap. Ako, linimit ko na lang into 6. Pero sa ibang hawak na klase, mga 8, no? Pwede pa naman yun. At least 10 is the ideal pa yun, no? Pero kung, halimbawa, sobrang dami, hindi na, no? On the part of the student, nagiging na yun, exhausting na, no? And somehow, instead na ma-motivate sila, parang nawawalan pa sila, bababa pa yung kanilang motivation. And then yung outcome nun, hindi nila ma-accomplish on time, no? Okay? Parang yun ang sinasabi kong very ideal, no? Hindi siya realistic. Sabi nga, people who work in complicated and demanding roles probably have the high level of motivation already. However, they can push themselves too hard if measures aren't built into the goal expectation to account for complexity of the task. It's therefore important to do the following, no, para ma-accomplish yan, no. So yan, no, give the person sufficient time to meet the goal or improve their performance, no? Kaya kung napansin niyo, 'di ba, hindi pareho yung deadline ng mga worksheet. Napansin niyo ba 'yon? Bakit yung
Yes, sir.
isa worksheet number ganito siya, pero yung deadline niya nasa December ano pa lang, no? December 9. Yung I think I'm referring to the challenge na about the 200 peso challenge, no? Iba yung pero worksheet 5 siya, pero yung deadline niya mas ano siya matagal compare sa deadline ng worksheet number 6 yata, no? Kung titignan natin, dapat maunang masasabit yung worksheet number 5 sa worksheet number 6, parang ganun, no? Or worksheet something, no? Yan. So, yun nga, one way to counter or para hindi magkaroon ng tax complexity or hindi bababa yung motivation ng stakeholders, give the person or the employee sufficient time to meet the goal or improve the performance, no? Second, provide enough time for the person or the stakeholder to practice or learn what is expected and required for success. So the whole point of goal setting is to facilitate success, correct? No? Therefore, you want to make sure that the conditions surrounding the goal don't frustrate or inhibit people. Minsan nakakalimutan yan ng management, no? Nakakalimutan nila yan, no? From accomplishing their objective. This reinforces the attainable part, no? Nagiging hindi siya. So from ideal, nagiging realistic siya. So the attainable part of what we call the SMART goal. Okay? Okay. Now, so that is for the goal setting, no? Now, before we proceed to what we call yung uh, mindset, let me ask you first, do you have clarification question about goal setting? Kumbaga, ginagamit na para ano lang, to simplify it, goal setting theory is used, no, yung kayong 5 principles to make the goal more realistic or what we call SMART. Maging SMART goal siya, no? And yun nga, with regard to the 5 principles, yung clarity, challenge, task complexity, yung mga feedback, no? So those are something to do with what we call goal setting theory, no? And of course, kung i-evaluate natin, one of the most significant that we need to remember in doing a goal, no, or to make the goal more SMART, kailangan yung stakeholders are always involved in decision making at laging may feedback, no? So probably as a student, hindi niyo pa masyadong inaano yan, no? But if you are, ano ba, you are, of course, kung CM ka ng klase, maano mo yun, ma-apply mo, no? Kung ikaw yung class mayor, no? In dealing with your, kasi yung stakeholder ng class mayor, yung mga kaklase nga, no? Yung mga student. Now, if you are in the council naman, ganun din, no? So, parang preparation yan, no? Not only as a student, also in the future. What if you become the manager, no? Or you become the head teacher, or you become the principal of a certain school in the future? So at least you remember, okay, si Edwin Locke, yung kanyang goal setting theory. So dapat SMART siya. Okay? Question, clarification? Angelo? Eliza, nag-thumbs up, CCM. Angelo, do you have some clarification or question?
None, sir.
Wala naman. How about Ryan? She nag-heart na. Ibig sabihin wala. Same thing with Ryan. How about Elaine? Elaine, may I know, Elaine, if you have concern? Elaine? Sean, sabi niya, wala. Heart din. Aaron, Joseph?
None po, sir.
Okay, thank you. Astlyn?
None po, sir.
Okay. So, To continue, we're now moving to what we call mindset, no? Mind setting theory. So let us listen to this speech of in YouTube, no? Yun naman maganda ngayon, no? May YouTube, no? And then yung mga seminar or talk conducted in the United States or in other places, na-access natin, no? Kumbaga meron tayong free access na pwede natin pakinggan or panoorin. Now, let us watch this video of Carol Dweck mismo, no? About the mindset theory.
Thank you. Today, I want to tell you about the power of yet. I learned of a high school in Chicago where students had to pass 84
Although
units to
medyo may na siya,
graduate.
no?
And if they didn't pass, they got the grade not yet. I thought, isn't that wonderful? Because if you fail, you're nowhere. But if you get the grade not yet, you're on a learning curve. Not yet gave them a path into the future. And not yet also helped me understand a critical experience early in my career. To figure out how kids coped with challenge, I gave 10-year-olds some problems that were a little too difficult for them. Some of them reacted in a shockingly positive way. They said things like, "I love a challenge," or "I was hoping this would be informative." They understood that their abilities could grow through their hard work. They had what I call a growth mindset. But other children, for them it was tragic, catastrophic. From their more fixed mindset perspective, their core intelligence had been tested and devastated. Instead of the power of yet, they were gripped by the tyranny of now. So what did they do next? In one study, after a failure on a test, they said they'd cheat next time instead of study more. In another study, they found someone who did worse than they did so they could feel better. And in many studies, we found they run from difficulty. Let's look at how that looks in the brain. Mosher and his colleagues measured from the brain as kids encountered errors. Processing the error shows up in red. If you look at the fixed mindset brain on the left, nothing is happening. But if you look at the growth mindset brain on the right, it's on fire with yet. They're processing the error deeply, learning from it, and correcting it. So, how are we raising our kids? Are we raising them for now or for yet? Are they focused on the next A or test score instead of dreaming big, instead of thinking about what they want to be and how they want to contribute to society? And if they are too focused on A's and test scores, are they going to carry this with them into the future? Maybe because many employers are coming to me and saying, we've already created a generation of young workers who can't get through the day without an award. So, what can we do? How can we build that bridge to yet? First, we can praise wisely. Our research shows that when we praise kids for the process they engage in, their hard work, their strategies, their focus, their perseverance, they learn that challenge seeking, they learn that resilience. Praising talent, praising intelligence makes them vulnerable. There are other ways of rewarding yet. We teamed up with game scientists at the University of Washington to create a math game, Brain Points. The typical math game rewards right answers right now, but not brain points. We rewarded process. and the learning curve, so effort, strategy, and progress. The Brain Points game created more sustained learning and greater perseverance than the standard game. And just the words yet and not yet after a student has a setback, we're finding creates greater confidence and greater persistence. We also can change students' mindsets directly. In one study, we taught students that every time they pushed out of their comfort zone to learn something really, really hard and they stuck to it, the neurons in their brain could form new, stronger connections, and over time, they could become smarter. Those who learned this lesson showed a sharp increase in their grades. Those who did not showed a decrease. We have done this with thousands of students now across the country with similar results, especially for struggling students. So let's talk about equality. In our country, there are groups of kids who chronically show poor performance, and many people think that's inevitable. But when educators create growth mindset environments steeped in yet, equality can happen. Let me just give you a few small examples. One teacher took her Harlem kindergarten class, many of whom could not hold a pencil for the first month, through daily tantrums. She took them to the 95th percentile on the National Achievement Test. That same teacher took a 4th grade class in the South Bronx, way behind. She took them to the top of New York State on the state math test. That teacher is a Stanford grad, and she's here today. And another Stanford grad, a PhD student, Stephanie Freiberg, now a professor, went back to her Native American reservation in the state of Washington. She transformed the elementary school in terms of a growth mindset. That school had always been at the bottom of the district, at the bottom of the state. Within a year to a year and a half, the kindergartners and first graders were at the top of the district in reading and reading readiness. That district contained affluent sections of Seattle, so the reservation kids outdid the Microsoft kids. And they did it because learning a growth mindset transformed the meaning of effort and difficulty. It used to mean they were dumb, and now it means they had a chance to get smarter. Difficulty just meant not yet. Last year, I got a letter from a 13-year-old boy. He said, "Dear Professor Dweck, I read your book already." I like the fact that it was based on sound scientific research. That's why I decided to test out your growth mindset principles in 3 areas of my life. As a result, I'm earning higher grades. I have a better relationship with my parents. I have a better relationship with the other kids at school. I realize I've wasted most of my life. Let's not waste any more lives, because the more we know that basic human abilities can be grown, the more it becomes a basic human right for kids, all adults, to live in environments that create that growth. to live in environments filled, overflowing with yet. Thank you.
Okay? So, I'm not sure in your end kung clear, no? Kung clear yung voice or ano. But you can watch that, no? Yun, Developing a Growth Mindset, you can by Carol Dweck, no? Yung short speech, no? Pero somehow na capture niya lahat kung anong ibig niyang sabihin with its theory on mindset, no? And I think the social media now, no, naririnig natin or nakikita natin yun, mindset lang yan, nasa mindset lang, no? Okay? Any reaction? Any reactions? Okay, mukhang wala naman. I will stop muna yung presentation. May reaction ba? You have reaction? Yes. Any reactions? Questions? Clarification? Meron ba o wala?
Wala po.
Okay, wala. Thank you for responding, Arsh. Okay, to continue, no, so what's mindset? Ano ba yung sinasabi ni Carol Dweck sa kanyang theory ng mindset, no? So from its theory, they come up with a different study, no, about mindset. So in the mindset, Carol Dweck, he classified that there are two kind of mindset, no? Yung tinatawag niyang fixed, no? And then yung growth. So pag fixed daw yung mindset, no, they do believe that intelligence is static, no, and hindi siya nag-improve or grow, no. Sabi niya, in terms of challenge, obstacles, effort, criticism, and then success, so the fixed mindset views are different from the growth mindset views, no. Sa mga fixed mindset, ito kung, ewan ko kung ano, saan kayo naka-classify dito, no. Sorry. So fixed mindset, sabi niya, leads to the desire to look smart, and therefore there is a tendency, yung challenge, they avoid the challenge, they give up easily, they see effort as fruitless or worse, kumbaga negative, no, nega sila. They ignore useful negative feedback, no. They feel threatened by the success of others, kumbaga parang hindi kaya nga no negative pessimistic siya. So as a result, according to Carol Dweck, no, they may plateau early and achieve less than their full potential. Kumbaga hindi na ma-maximize, no, kapag fixed mindset ka. However, student who have a growth mindset, ito naman nangyayari, no? Parang yung example niya kanina, no? Leads to a desire to learn and therefore tendency to embrace challenge or accept challenge. They persist in the face of setbacks, no? Yung mga difficulties, hindi sila agad-agad umano, no? They accept the challenge, no? Or obstacles. And then they see effort as the path to mastery. They learn from criticism, either negative or positive, no? They find lesson and inspiration in the success of others, no? So as a result, they reach ever higher level of achievement, no? All this give them a great sense of free will. So kung ano ka ngayon, halimbawa yung parang sinasabi nating nega, no, very pessimistic. Halimbawa, not kayo first year, di ba? And somehow, sa MCC, ngayon merong tinatawag na honor program. And I learned, I think Ryan somehow tried to apply, no, with, let me share this na Ryan, okay, with that program, no. Now, kung meron kang fixed mindset, and then applying in the program, hindi ka natanggap, kung meron kang fixed mindset, so probably, ito yung mararamdaman mo, no? Yung sinabi ko kanina. Pero if you have a growth mindset, ito yung makikita mo, no? So, you can test yourself kung anong merong mindset ka. It is the fix or the growth, no? So kung naiinggit ka dahil successful yung dati mong kaklase sa senior high or mas na ano siya, na eto siya ngayon, so that means fix yung mindset mo. Pero kung matutuwa ka dahil yung kaklase mo, eto siya ngayon, nandito siya, that means you have a growth mindset, no? Okay? So pwede natin sabihin na pag mayroon ka pang mga insecurities, hindi mo pa na-overcome yung mga insecurities mo, ibig sabihin, your mindset is still fixed. Pwede naman baguhin pa, no? Or pwede pa mag-improve. Okay? Question? Concern?
None po.
Okay, thank you. See. Now, so through Carol Dweck, no, mindset, yung mga yung ano niya, yung theory niya, they come up with a different study, no? Like for example, yung kina Capacity and Pay 2022, they mentioned that the mindset theory presumes that individuals' abilities are malleable. Kumbaga, actually, parang matagal na to, no? Matagal na yung parang, of course, same ano sa mindset theory, si Carol Dweck. But prior to this, no, may ano na argument between intelligence, no? So, intelligence, they said, no, it's innate, no? And it is fixed according kay ano yan, no, Francis Galton, no? And then si Sandy Scar, sabi naman niya, no, hindi daw, no? Siguro, pero hindi naman binase ni Carol Dweck yung kanyang study about the mindsets kay Sandra Scar na pwedeng mag-improve yung intelligence, no? Intelligence is something can be improved or can be changed through what we call through exposure, no? Or through learning, no? Pwede. For now, in the mindset theory, yun nga, there are two mindset, yung fixed at saka growth. For him, no, or for the study ni Capacity and Faye, they said that yung abilities natin are malleable. Ibig sabihin ng malleable, pwede mo siya i-mold, no? In malleability, no? I think you learned that from science, no? Kapag sinabi natin malleable, pwede mo siyang i-mold, pwede mo expand, pwede siyang, no? So, ganun daw, no? Hindi siya fixed, no? This indicate that individual intelligence can be influenced and shaped, correct, no? Although, siguro nga, ito na yung bago ngayon, no? Kasi sinasabi dati, it's fixed, no? Kumbaga, parang ano siya, no? It can be inherited siya. Kung yung IQ ng parent mo ay nasa above average, so tendency, ganun din yung mga magiging anak, no? So that is what we call yung naging fix siya. Pero ngayon parang hindi na nga, no? It's something that is malleable. So in the study naman ni Berniker and Cha of 2019 cited that mindset or implicit theories, so that's the other term, no? Implicit theories, refer to the people's belief about the nature of human attributes such as intelligence or personality. Moving on. So, mindset can be growth and fixed, no? Ano ba pagkakaiba ng growth mindset sa fixed, no? Growth mindset, tinatawag din siyang incremental theory, no? It assumes that intelligence or personality can be developed and it is multiple, no? Hindi siya fixed, no? parang ano, 'di ba in Kapampangan, no, I think minention ko na 'to. Ing luksuning gaydong kambing, ing bisero ang timurin, no? Ibig sabihin, hindi pala, no? When we talk about the mindset theory, hindi gano'n, no? So, pwedeng mabago, no? Hindi yung kung ano ang puno, siya ang bunga, no? Although literally, ganun talaga, no? Pero pwede palang mabago yun when we talk about the growth mindset, no? Yun nga. So, pag ganun yung concept, that's fixed mindset or tinatawag nating entity theory. It assumes that intelligence or personality is static and unchangeable, no? So, yung kasabihan na kung ano ang puno, siya ang bunga, that is a fixed mindset. Or in luksuning gain ng kambing, in bisero, antimurin, that is also a fixed mindset. Okay? But, for Carol Dweck, hindi dapat ganun. So, kailangan meron tayo what we call the growth mindset. So, anong pagkakaiba, no, ng growth mindset sa fixed mindset? Kung nakikita niyo to, yung fixed na to, no, makikita mo yung ano, sarado siya pag fixed mindset. Pag growth mindset ka, you are open to the possibilities, no, nag-expand siya. Okay? So, sabi nga, no, individuals who have fixed mindset tend to avoid challenge, yung kanina sinasabi ko, no? Ayaw nila ng challenge, they give up easily the obstacles, no? They view effort as fruitless or not meaningful, no, or worse. They ignore useful negative feedback, no, instead of find it as an opportunity. So mas nagpo-focus sila na threat ko. Most likely, they feel threatened by the success of others, no? Siguro normal lang yun, no? Parang when we refer to this one, yung cognitive maturity naman, no? Before, parang naiinggit ka kapag yung peer mo or yung kaibigan mo o yung kaedad mo na eto siya nga, eto ngayon, no? O kaya, wag na natin ano sa kapatid, ay wag na natin ano sa kaibigan or kaedad. Sa pamilya na lang, no? Kung minsan yung kapatid mo ganito, ganyan, minsan na ano ka, no? Parang yeah, same parang inggit or something na hindi ka okay, no? Lalo na kung merong comparison, no? So, ibig sabihin, you still have fixed mindset. Fixed mindset ka pa nun, no? Pero minsan, it's not because of you. What do I mean na it's not because of you? Sometimes, yes, it can be you, but sometimes the influence of the social environment naman, no? Minsan kasi hindi alam ng parent na hindi na helpful or useful yung ginagawa nila, no? Kaya yun, they do not know that hurt ka na, nasasaktan ka na, pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin ginagawa nila. But individual who have growth mindset, no, they show enthusiasm to learn, no? Tama. Meron pa ba kayo nito, no? And then to embrace challenges, no? Yeah, and then they persevere and persist in the face of setbacks, no? They view effort as a path to mastery and learn and find opportunity rather than threat for criticism and find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. And I think may nag-share na, no? When we talk about the digital self, no? Oo. Pag kasi senior mo sa social media, magiging dalawa yung view, no? Yung view ng fixed mindset at saka yung view ng growth mindset, no? I think nag-share nito si Ershiville, no? One time nung pinost niya ganito, no, mag-post siya sa social media na ganyan. Yung objective niya or yung goal niya, she wanted to inspire. Pero of course, hindi natin maiwasan merong mga basher. The basher, they have fixed mindset, no? They find it na negative. Instead na maging lesson or inspiration, they view it as something na nangiinggit o kaya self-entitlement, no? Pero minsan talagang totoo naman 'yon, no? Pero yung iba hindi. What's their talaga objective is to inspire or to serve as a model or inspiration for other. But since nga may dalawang klase ng mindset, yung mga fixed at saka growth mindset. Kaya hindi maiwasan na may mga bashers, may mga magko-comment ng ganito, ganyan, no, negative, or mga tinatawag ding mga nega, no. So under fixed mindset, pwede natin sabihin yan yung mga bashers, nega, mga angst, yan, no? in the social media. Of course, those growth mindset naman, ito yung mga nag-appreciate lang, no? They just find something na inspiration. Okay? Moving on. Now, before I continue, baka may gustong share something, want to share something, or to augment my example or these discussions. Yes, Angelo.
Sir, ano sir, parang nauuna sir, yung mindset po ba sir or yung parang personality? Kasi sir, minsan sir, sinasabi na iba, yung parang yung personality nila parang ganito kaya na-apekto yung pag-iisip nila. Well, yung iba naman po parang kabaliktaran naman po ng sinasabi nila. Ano po talaga sir pang nauuna? Yung sa mindset po ba or yung personality sir ng tao?
Okay, kung balikan natin kanina, no, balikan natin discussion natin, nasa mindset natin yan. No? Ay, ito nga, no? Sabi nga, mindset, no? Pag growth mindset siya, it assumes that intelligence or personality can be developed and it's malleable. While the fixed mindset naman, it assumes that intelligence or personality is static and unchangeable. No? Hindi siya nababago. Okay? So it's something to do with, kung tinatanong mo, Angelo, personality ba? Kumbaga, yung concept na personality it's fixed. That's not for Carol Dweck, hindi na gano'n, no? Hindi na fixed, no? Meron na tayong growth mindset, no? Kumbaga, pwedeng baguhin. Totoo naman. Hindi naman, kaya nga yung example ko kanina, no? Kung yung belief mo, something to do with the Kapampangan belief na yung luksuning gindong kambing, yung bisero ang timurin, that is a fixed mindset, no? Kung anong puno, siya ang bunga, that is a fixed mindset. Minsan nga, ano pa yun, no? Parang stereotyping yun, di ba? So, it's not about, yes, that is part of personality. But with your personality, if you change your mindset, so probably that personality that you have can be changed. Kaya nga sabi niya, mindset is something that is, intelligence and personality is malleable. No? Paano ganun, Angelo? Tama naman pinupoint mo na baka personality, pero pwedeng baguhin yung personality, di ba? Or pagkatao. Okay? So, meron pa bang gustong mag-add sa sinabi ni Angelo? Anyone? May gusto pa ba mag-add or something, want to share something? Thank you, Angelo. Kung wala, let's proceed. So, another example, no? When we talk about growth and fixed mindset, ito yung pagkakaiba, no? Yung kanilang views. Parang ano na yan, no? Yun nga, yung pareho lang, ito yung view, ito yung literal, no? Ito yung view, pero pag yung tao ang tumingin, may iba't ibang paningin, no? Or how they deal with it, no? So example, for the people who have growth mindset, kapag failure ang pinag-uusapan, for people who have growth mindset, failure is an opportunity to grow. No? For those who have fixed mindset, failure is the limit of my abilities. No? So yun ang nakikita nila. Now, growth mindset, sabi niya, I can learn to do anything I want. No? Yes. No? But for those who have fixed mindset, I am either good or at it or I'm not. No? So when we talk about challenge for the growth mindset, sabi niya, challenges help me to grow, no? And then yung my fixed mindset, my abilities aren't changing. I can either do it or I can't. No, I don't like to be challenged, no? Yun of course, may ganun, no? Parang kumbaga, yung sinabi ko kanina in social media, the fixed mindset are those who are angst, no? The basher, the nega, and so on. No? So my effort and knowledge to determine my abilities. That's the growth mindset. No, feedback is constructive. No, also, but for the fixed mindset, sabi niya, my potential is predetermined. No, parang fixed talaga. No, when I'm frustrated, I give up. Of course, for the hindi. No, I am inspired by the success of others. For the feedback naman ng fixed, feedback and criticism are personal. No, kumbaga hindi nakikita, no? I like to try new things for the growth mindset, no? But I stick to what I know. No? Parang yung fixed mindset, hindi sila open for changes, no? And they resist no, for changes. But for those who have growth mindset, no, they are open for that. Okay? So now, titingnan nyo ngayon yan, no, kayo sa sarili ninyo, ano bang mindset meron ako? Now, if I have fixed mindset, so what will I do to make my maging growth mindset siya? Okay? So I think senior ko yan, no? Senior ko yung the comfort zone. No? It can be illustrated this way about the mindset, no? So kung titingnan natin yung comfort zone natin, nandito lang siya, mali, ganitong kaliitong circle lang siya, no? Wherein we feel safe and in control, no? And then, yung fear zone natin, malaki siya ng konti sa comfort zone natin, no? So ano yung fear zone natin? Minsan we lack self-confidence or self-efficacy, and then we find excuses, and then be affected by the other opinion. So pwede natin sabihin ito yung ano na, it's a fixed, no? Ito yung fixed mindset, no? FM na lang, fixed mindset siya, di ba? Now, yung learning zone natin as well as the growth zone, no? Pag sinabi natin learning zone, deal with challenges and problem, tayo yun, we acquire new skill, and extend your comfort zone, no? Kumbaga, ini-extend mo yan. So, in the learning zone natin, pwede natin sabihin, ito yung ano natin, it's a growth mindset natin. Kung wala kang growth mindset, so probably, wala ka rin learning zone. Hindi rin mag-improve yung learning zone mo, no? Hindi ka rin mag-grow. So, in the growth zone natin, no, we find purpose, we live our dreams, we set new goals, and we conquer our objectives. Ibig sabihin ng conquer our objective, ina-attain natin. So probably, the learning zone na kung ganito yung ano mo, no, ito yung ganito yung comfort zone mo, or you are willing to change, ito yung growth mindset mo. Kung hindi, kung yung paiiralin mo yung fear mo, so probably yung fear zone mo, i-extend niya yan. Ganun siya. May extend siya. Okay? I think you get what I mean. No? Now, last time in your assignment, no, what I can control and what I cannot control. I think this is worksheet number 1 or yung assignment 1 natin. No? So, of course, wala namang maling sagot dito. No? Ito is just our example. No? So, out of my control, yung past, ito naman yan, future, the action of others, the opinion of others, what happened around me, what other people think of me, the outcome of my efforts, how others take care of themselves. No? These are realities. No? Ito, reality sila na fixed mindset yan. No? Can be considered as fixed mindset. Reality sila. Hindi natin talaga pwedeng baguhin ang mga yan, no? We cannot do about them or we cannot about this thing. Pero, meron kang magagawa sa mga to, yung tinatawag natin growth mindset natin, wherein you can do something about them, no? Like your boundaries, hindi mo siya linilimit. Your thoughts and actions, your goals na siniset mo, and then what with your energy, how I speak to myself, and how I handle the challenges. Itong mga in control mong ito, pwede rin silang maging fixed mind mo kapag hindi mo sila in-accept or something na wala kang ginawa. Okay? Reaction, questions, kung meron? Okay, thank you, Eliza. Sian. Okay, so to end this topic about mindset and goal setting, balikan natin yung sinabi ni Socrates, no? This is in our second meeting ba o first meeting, no? So let us always remember that the goal of life is to know thyself, no? And to improve our souls through virtuous living. No? The goal of life is to know thyself. So this is a growth mindset, no? Knowing yourself is a growth mindset. Knowing your limitation, accepting who you are, changing those things that are not healthy. So that is knowing thyself, no? And that is a growth mind. So these are our references. No? And that's the end for this topic, no, about goal setting and mindset. Question, reactions? May question ba o mga reactions? Or want to clarify? Wala. Okay. O sige, no, since medyo ano yung topic natin, no, magbe-break tayo ng 14 minutes. No? So that means we will resume our discussion at 9 o'clock. Okay? Hindi pala 40 minutes yun, no? 4 minutes lang yun. Okay. 9:10. Oh, we will resume our discussion at 9:10. Parang ano, no? Hindi na nakwit sa math, no? Okay. I will turn off my camera, no? Okay?
Yeah, I'm crazy, but I just can't live without your love and affection, giving me direction, like a guiding light. Baby, I'm on. Baby, I'm need you. Go out searching for yourself. Oh, I, I, Show when she loved me that way.